5.4 Abyss is a breath of fresh air, and here are some tips to ace it. Chamber 1 has a 600% swirl damage increase and requires AoE with grouping. Due to swirl damage increase, F2P options like Sucrose and other Anemo DPS work really great. For Chamber 2 Cryo Charge attack buff, many teams will not be able to utilize that, so this works as a standard DPS check for most of the teams. For F2P teams, especially with Sucrose, taser teams really work great in chamber 1 because it staggers the enemies from running away and also deals a lot of damage. My Fischl and Beidou are criminally underbuilt, so I preferred a freeze team for comfort grouping. But KI and Rosaria might find a better use in melt comps, so this is a suboptimal team build FYI. For second chamber, any DPS will do. My favorites are Childe International, Raid and Nahida Aggravate, and if you pulled Arlecchino in previous version, she alone meets most of the DPS required if you slap some vape or melt enabler here. I prefer running Arlecchino with Zhongli or Noel to avoid the DPS loss from dodging and also for the good old resistance shred. The other two options are pretty much flex, and even an unorthodox combo like Furina will work well as long as it enables the vaporizing, as long as it enables the vape and melt. My Furina talents are level 1 by the way. One last thing, for Sucrose team or rather any team where you are relying on swirl damage, always have an elemental applicator in the first slot to save those extra 2 to 3 seconds of switching to cast the skill. Float well, chamber 1, simply do not let them run away. These three Eremites, they simply love to dash, love to ungroup, they just love to scatter. Keep them grouped. A freeze or taser really works great, but in case you're going for melt or something, you will have to keep them in a corner so that they don't run away or scatter off. Because the main DPS loss you will face in this chamber is because of them scattering away and you having to kill each of them individually. This is just a DPS check with Ruin Guards and Ruin Raiders coming one by one. Floor 12 chamber 2. Okay, this one is really dicey because you will have Mitachurls and you will have Mitachurls, and in the end you will have two waves of Hydro Mitachurls as well, which actually take a good amount of damage before going down. You should just focus on the Mitachurls. Your Anemo grouping should take care of all the smaller enemies and Mitachurls. In all my runs, all the Mitachurls died before I could kill the first wave of those Hydro Mitachurls. And in case you're running Bennett, just make sure that you don't eat up their vape hits. They can literally 2-shot or 3-shot your characters. For next chamber, experiment field generator. If you have some Fontaine characters to shut down its core, it's great. Otherwise, it's just a DPS check, and I find it to be one of the less annoying bosses who just stands there and just shoots out damage instead of those dodges or invulnerable period and whatnot. So this is mostly a DPS check for most teams, and a lot of them should do good. For chamber 3, this is where Beidou really shines if you're playing FUP, Taser team. And this is also one of the chamber you will have a lot of retries because these Ruin Drakes should simply love to run here and there and scatter. Always try to hit the Drake which has higher HP. You don't want that you kill one Drake and the other one is at approximately full health. You need a lot of AoE and you need to ensure that you're hitting both of them, or at least targeting the one with higher health so both of them go down at approximately same time. In case you're having some difficulty, ensure that you keep your burst up. I did a reset through chambers 1 and 2 so that I could have my burst up in both teams for chamber 3, and that helped a lot in the clear because that was done with just a 2-second margin. And yeah, pretty much it. Just try to hit both of them at the same time, don't just hit one of them. In case you're finding it hard to group, just step away from them and they will come rushing towards you. So you can use that opportunity to corner them at a wall and dish out damage. But in case you don't have a shield, they will stagger and just run away again. So keep that in mind. For next chamber, this boss is pretty much standard. You need a cryo and you need some elemental applicator to to get the boss in its weakened state, and that's when you can deal a lot of damage to kill it quickly. In luckier runs, it will just go on to do melt twice or thrice in a row, and that is actually one of the good things because you can disable it very quickly there. For the anemo one, you either need something to swirl swirl in a very good area, or otherwise you will have to run to each of the pearl and apply element to them, which can take something around 10 seconds. In my team, because Arlecchino had a lot of damage along with Zingshu and Kea, I was able to kind of make it to and fro. But in case you're having a struggle, somebody like Kazuha or somebody who can swirl all those pearls at once can do. Or otherwise, you will have to keep on resetting until you get that melt one twice or thrice in a row and get lucky. So yeah, that's it from my side. Here is my Abyss clear with Childe International and Arlecchino.
You are not welcome here.
Everybody stand back! Let's out! You're toast!
Clouds high.
Now you're testing my patience. Will.
Wind strike.
I'm going in! I'm getting sick of
One with wind and cloud. You can run.
away!
Amateur mistake. You're mine.
Meet.
Let's light it up! Everybody stand back! Eat this! Out of the frying pan!
Riptide. Fallen leaves. Adorn my tidal wave.
Now you're will meet again.
Transfix! Rain outlines your fate. Let me weave you a verse. Huh?
Stabilize. Dodge this. This moment will be frozen.
Overruled.
Order guide you. Rise.
Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power of Gurwa. No.
Freeze. Frostbite. Gather.
Transfixed.
This will be frozen.
Rain cutter.
I will have order.
Overruled.
Don't get frostbite. This is order. Solidify.
Witness the power of Gurwa. Know my sword.
Laid bare.
I will have order. Gather. Cool it.
Oh, so sorry.
Let me weave you a verse. Rain outlines your fate.
Wind strike.
Let's light it up! Out of the frying pan! I'm going in!
No time to lose. Into the wind. Fallen leaves. Adorn my...
Let's light it up! Everybody stand! You're toast!
You can run, but you can't hide. You're mine. Clouds high. The birds.
Booba, get them! Teamwork is dreamwork!
Riptide.
Hey,
Wind strike.
I'm going in!
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night. You can run.
Let's light it up! Eat
No time.
Nice and spicy! Teamwork is dream!
Wind strike. Riptide.
Transfixed!
Solidify!
Rain cutter!
Dodge this.
Gather! Order guide you!
This moment will be frozen in time.
Know my sword! Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power. Overruled. Laid bare.
Stabilize!
Let me weave you.
Dodge this. Oh, so sorry.
Everybody stand back!
You can run. Fallen leaves. Adorn.
Eat this!
Amateur mistake.
Going in! Booba, get them!
As one with wind and cloud. Wind strike. Riptide.
Let's light it up! Hey,
Tidal wave. Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
everybody stand back! Nice and spicy!
One with nature. Fallen leaves. Adorn my...
Let's light it up! You're in toast!
You're mine.
I'm going in!
Wind strike. You can run, but you can't hide. Tidal wave. Don't get frostbite. Freeze.
Witness the power of the wild. Rain outlines your fate. Know my soul! Transfixed. Let me weave you a verb. Rain outlines your fate.
This moment will be frozen in time.
Rain cutter.
Laid bare.
outlines your fate. Witness the power.
This shit, I'm out.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Oh, ow!